Hey everyone, Rascal here.
And Mama, welcome to our podcast.
Today we're covering one of the most underrated animated films from Disney, Oliver and Company.
And Rascal's persona.
Yes.
Now in this reimagining of Charles Dickens Oliver Twist, Oliver's a young kitten lost in New York City. And he eventually meets the streetwise Dodger, aka Rascal, and his canine friends as they have adventures in a city that never sleeps.
And before we start, be sure to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell to get updates on future podcasts and World of Paws videos.
What was most unbelievable about this is that Rascal had seen this, and I had never seen it. Somehow that happened.
I thought that was kind of strange. I think maybe I saw it on TV. Either they had it on TV as a rerun, or maybe rented the movie and you just happened to not see it. Right. Because it's been so long since I've seen it when it came out on DVD. So at some point I saw it and you didn't. But we got to rewatch it way later.
Together.
Right.
Recently.
Right. And you got to see what I was talking about all that time you've been editing.
So it's a fun movie. It's interesting because to me it seems more like an adult target movie than it does for kids because of some of the subject matter and the personalities of some of the characters.
Right. And that's probably, unfortunately, it did not get to the standards that Disney wanted at the time. Because this was before they made Little Mermaid, which became, of course, an iconic movie for them, one of the most legendary movies. So they ended up getting these movies what they call Dark Ages movies, where they were kind of in a rut on ideas, and they were doing films that weren't the standard Disney, more like being nearly 2 hours and having all these song numbers and the standard Disney formula. So this one was a little shorter because everything goes by in the movie pretty fast. So once this movie came out, it did really successful, actually, both for box office and critics. Even though it's a story heavily reimagined, Disney just didn't seem to put that much into it after they got on their feet and got to Little Mermaid and were blowing up all theaters for it. That was pretty much in for Oliver and Company.
And it's pretty different also because it had Billy Joel not only singing songs but also as one of the stars.
Right.
And that was pretty unusual too if you think about back to movies being made then.
Right.
That singers who had no acting experience or voice acting experience voice and produce the soundtrack for an animated movie.
Right. And apparently there was a point when they were thinking about doing a sequel and they had set up some of these little mini plot lines for it, but it just never happened, either because the movie's popularity wasn't high back then, or like I said, Little Mermaid came out and that was the money maker at the time, so they were just going to go back to, I guess, back in their groove and just kind of the movies that were that are underrated now that they just made to get back on track are really appreciated by people now, and this movie came out in the 80s.
Right. And the main characters, you know, a little smarmy, wisecracking character, which was really typical of characters they had at that time.
Right.
But as I did mention, it seems as it's targeted more toward an older audience, not only with the humor, but the personality of the characters.
Right.
But it's a nice movie. It really is a nice movie. I was surprised at the movie itself. It was not what I expected, but I did like it. And I see why you like Dodger so much. He's a little sassy.
Right? and it was weird because I used to see online for people that hadn't seen the movie in a while, they would post that they remember Dodger being a jerk, and it was like, what movie did you see? You're talking about the original? Maybe the original story. We know Dodger was a kid. We know they were all kids, and this reimagined them being dogs in here, but he wasn't really a jerk. He just didn't share the sausages he promised them. That was like it.
Yeah, that's it.
They acted like
it was obvious, like, hey, he didn't give him any sausage.
Yeah,
he gave him a place to sleep. He fed him after that. He protected him. He allowed him to join the group. He helped get him adopted. Yeah, he's a real jerk.
Yeah, and so that was it was really weird when I saw that. I was like, are you watching another movie with the same title or something? But yeah, all of the characters, the main characters are very, very likable, and a lot of the songs are really catchy. The only one that seemed to caught on though was Why Should I Worry?
The opening was a big hit for Billy Joel.
Yes,
Definitely.
that was pretty much the song that was the hit. And all of the songs were catchy. Though every single one they had were really fun and really bombastic and stuff. But for some, it's just that one was the. I guess you said that was the hit.
It was the hit for him. I remember it was huge. It was really, really huge. When they had MTV, it played all the time, and you heard it everywhere. It was really huge.
Yeah.
But like you said, it's catchy and it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
And Billy Joel himself, most of the songs that he made during that period were the same type. He had his own style.
Mm-hmm.
He's a New York native. He's a New York favorite son. He got to marry Christy Brinkley.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just an all-around good guy.
Right.
But his songs are, from that time period, they're fun.
Mm-hmm.
They're very fun. They're stories,
mm-hmm.
and people really like them.
Right.
So, and he's a great piano player.
Right.
A pianist.
And also, you were saying, the humor and the characters and stuff looked like it was targeted more towards adults.
Mm-hmm.
And this is kind of where the villain comes in with Sykes.
Ooh.
And I don't know who Sykes was originally for the Charles Dickens story, but for here, he's a loan shark, and he's the darkest part of the movie the entire time. He doesn't have this sort of charm to him like Scar or anything where, yeah, he's the villain, but you like some of his lines. He was just a really cruel villain. That was it. There was no...
tasteful from beginning to end.
Right. There was no likability to be found whatsoever in the film.
And that's what did surprise me. Not only that, but where it went toward the end when it climaxed and how evil he was and what he planned on doing, what he was trying to do. It's like, this is not a kid's movie.
Yeah, I was like, maybe that's like, no, don't show your kids this.
Right?
But
somehow you saw it.
Yeah, and that'd be the one thing. So if people didn't care for the movie, that'd be the one thing they remember is how the villain gets taken out. And you should have seen the movie by now. So yeah, it's sort of
I didn't, but I have.
It's sort of like, that's the dark.
Yeah,
but it's Disney, so what's them without some darkness?
So I can understand why you say it was their dark time. This was a dark movie in that aspect.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it was fun, seemed more targeted for adults, but that right there makes it not in the movies your kids should watch.
Right.
It was just wow.
Right.
And I remember I was sitting there, I was like, is this really happening? Is he really trying to get him? Oh my gosh. And you were looking at me like I couldn't believe this was a Disney movie.
Right?
Oh.
Now that's the norm for Disney. This is when it was risque for them to do, and they were always happy, fun times with subliminal things. But now it's like, no, this is the norm. They like dark stuff.
So now you can share with us, because now I know who Dodger is, and seeing this is not really a movie for kids. What about this character made him stand out so much that you love him enough to become your avatar?
It's because, well, of course, you know.
And yes, she's a girl, as you know.
Because, we have a pet dog, and that's where my channel is named after.
Right.
And in a way, Dodger reminded me a little bit of Rascal. Both have some attitude, only Rascal can't speak.
He tries.
So, or the dog Rascal, I should say, so you don't get confused.
Right.
And it's one of my favorite Disney movies ever. And like I said, wish it should have gotten a sequel or remake by now. Do something with it because they're bringing back everything. Hopefully they do. And to me, he was like a really fun, likable character. Great singing, great songs. I was thinking, this could be fitting for me. I'm sort of like this.
He's a rascal.
I don't think I'm as cool as him, but still, I think it was. But I thought, hey, this will work. This will work for me. I always have him in the logo and stuff, and then I decided that was me. That's when I first started doing the little avatars, long before the Rascal family became a thing.
And I had no idea, like, who is this? And then you told me, I was like, oh, okay, I've never seen that movie.
Okay.
But yeah, so now I've seen the movie. Now I've seen your namesake with Rascal's name. And how many of you have seen Oliver and Company? Let us know in the comments below. What do you think of it? Did you see it when you were a kid, or did you watch it as an adult? And did it hit you as a movie really targeted more for older people rather than children? Again, let us know what you think in the comments below. And last but not least, before Rascal finishes up, do you wish for a reboot as she does as well?
Yes, because that would be super, super fun. Or turn into an animated series, or in a city, you could have a lot of adventures and episodes.
You're going to say something else.
Yes. Oh, and yeah, that was pretty much it. I like to see it as a series. They turned 101 Dalmatians into a series. They turned Tangled into a series.
Yay.
We're pretty sure Frozen's going to be a series at some point. A lot of these movies are getting show spin-offs. You got Zootopia series coming. You have another 2 Big Hero 6 series. You're having a Moana series. It's like, okay, it's kind of about time you gave some of your older stuff a comeback. You're gonna reboot everything, whether live action or doing something new with it. You might as well go to your underrated stuff as well and just turn some of these into series or give a sequel or something so you have more content.
Let's hope they do.
And
let's see if they update Dodger's look and his friends. Let's see what they do with that, because of course the animation style is going to be different.
And they're going to have technology and everything, so it's...
Maybe they'll be anime.
Right. No, they're doing for Animaniacs. Oh, and don't forget to be sure to like, subscribe, notification bell to get updates on future podcasts and World of Paws videos.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for watching. I'm Rascal Entertainment.
And I'm Mom Entertainment.
Have a toontastic day.
Peace.
And reporters sitting, flashing lights, trying to walk around, man, who the hell are you? What you wanna do? Well, man, it's on you. Man, it's on you. With her in my dreams, she was my queen. A castle in the mountaintops, rivers and streams. Plucking sunlight from the sky in my pocket, give it to you later.